Welcome to SAP Education Series. Today we are going to discuss about SAP and R3 system. Let's start with what is SAP? SAP AG is a German multinational software corporation that makes enterprise software to manage business operations and customer relations. SAP is an enterprise resource planning (ERP) software. SAP ERP is, in the SAP Business Suite and SAP Business All-in-One software, the name for the modules comprising the former SAP R3. What is R3? R3 is an integrated suite of applications designed to handle the data processing for large corporations. R3 is a runtime environment and an integrated suite of application programs written in SAP's 4G SAP 4. These application programs are designed to meet the data processing needs of very large businesses. R3 is the system in which your SAP 4 programs will run.
What is the purpose of R3? The sole purpose of an R3 system is to provide a suite of tightly integrated, large-scale business applications. The standard set of applications delivered with each R3 system are the following. This figure shows the basic systems of R3. Production planning, materials management, sales and distribution, financial accounting, controlling, fixed assets management, project system, workflow, industry solutions, human resources, plant maintenance, quality management. These applications are called the functional areas, or application areas, or at times the functional modules of R3. This slide is about R3 system conceptual areas. From the main menu, you can go to 3 conceptual areas in the R3 system. Applications area, Basis area, Development Workbench, Applications area. In the Applications area, you initiate transactions for the functional areas within R3. To access these, from the R3 main menu choose one of the following. Logistics, accounting, human resources, information systems. Basis area. In the Basis area, you can run transactions that monitor the R3 system itself. To access the Basis area, from the main menu choose the menu path Tools Administration. Here you will find many performance, tuning, and database administration tools. This figure shows typical Basis area in R3 system. Development Workbench. The Development Workbench is used to create and test SAP 4 programs. To access the Development Workbench, choose the menu path Tools, Development Workbench. This is SAP Development Workbench. SAP Basis. Basis is like an operating system for R3. It sits between the SAP 4 code and the computer's operating system. SAP likes to call it middleware because it sits in the middle, between SAP 4 and the operating system. Basis is like the Windows environment. Windows starts up, and while running it provides an environment in which Windows programs can run. Without Windows, programs written for the Windows environment cannot run. Basis is to ABAP 4 programs as Windows is to Windows programs. Basis provides the runtime environment for ABAP 4 programs. Without Basis, ABAP 4 programs cannot run. When the operator starts up R3, you can think of him as starting up Basis. Basis is a collection of R3 system programs that present you with an interface. Using this interface, the user can start ABAP 4 programs. R3 system architecture. In this you can see 3 layers of R3 system. Presentation server, application server, database server. Presentation server. The presentation server is actually a program named SAPGUI.exe. It is usually installed on a user's workstation. When started, the presentation server displays the R3 menus within a window. This window is commonly known as the SAP GUI, or the user interface, or simply, the interface. Here you can see R3 user interface. The interface accepts input from the user in the form of keystrokes, mouse clicks, and function keys, and sends these requests to the application server to be processed. The application server sends the results back to the SAP GUI, which then formats the output for display to the user. Application server. An application server is a set of executables that collectively interpret the ABAP 4 programs and manage the input and output for them. When an application server is started, these executables all start at the same time. When an application server is stopped, they all shut down together. The number of processes that start up when you bring up the application server is defined in a single configuration file called the application server profile. Each application server has a profile that specifies its characteristics when it starts up and while it is running. For example, an application server profile specifies number of processes and their types, amount of memory each process may use, length of time a user is inactive before being automatically logged off. Database server. The database server is a set of executables that accept database requests from the application server. These requests are passed on to the RDBMS, Relation Database Management System. The RDBMS sends the data back to the database server, which then passes the information back to the application server. The application server in turn passes that information to your ABAP 4 program. Understanding a user context. A user context is memory that is allocated to contain the characteristics of a user that is logged on the R3 system. It holds information needed by R3 about the user, such as the user's current settings, the user's authorizations, the names of the programs the user is currently running. When a user logs on, a user context is allocated for that logon. When they log off, it is freed. It is used during program processing, and its importance is described further in the following sections. Understanding a role area. A role area is memory that is allocated by a work process for an instance of the program. It holds information needed by R3 about the program's execution, such as the values of the variables, the dynamic memory allocations, the current program pointer. Each time a user starts a program, a role area is created for that instance of the program. If two users run the same program at the same time, two role areas will exist, one for each user. The role area is freed when the program ends. The database interface handles the job of communicating with the database. Types of work processes. There are 7 types of work processes. Each handles a specific type of request. The type of work processes and the types of requests that they handle. Dialog handles dialog requests. V. Update handles requests to update data in the database. B. Background handles background jobs. S. Spool handles print spool requests. E. Enqueue handles logical lock requests. M. Message handles routes messages between application servers within an R3 system. G. Gateway funnels messages into and out of the R3 system. Thanks for watching. For any query please comment. For more tutorials please like and subscribe. You can follow us on Facebook, link is in description down below.